Wow, didn't think that I would be able to go live on this particular page, but here I am. So let me go over here. There's a couple things I wanted to go over, and while I'm pulling this up, that'll give the people a time to come in and see something, right? Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. I ran across a video of Farrakhan yesterday. It was an older video. Now, I've been telling y'all that we tribes, and that's not it. Nope. Maybe. No, it should have been in my saved. Okay, so it's a couple things I want to show y'all today. One of them is it's a post on my Instagram, but it's way down because I got so many posts. I got so many posts that a lot of people can't find it. I don't see that Farrakhan video. Let me look at my story. Is that it? No, that's not it. Farrakhan was on the video I got in my story. Let me see if it's in my Rod Hayes saved, because it might be over there. So I go to here, and I go to here. I really wanted to play. I should have found it before I came on, but this is what I'm going to do. Switch to the Rod Hayes page. Why is it not? There we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to this page where I'm doing the live at, because I might have the video saved over here, because it's important that we review this information, and I don't want to have to get off and come back. I don't see it. Look up here. Here we go. I'm your brother. Look. I'm your brother, and I love you. But I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by and watch you destroy yourself and our people and our future with your food. That video, that's just the short version. But in there, he calls out the Bloods, the Crips, the Vice Lords, and he's telling them that I want to play the whole video. I know I got it. I know I saved it. There it go. I'm your brother, damn it. And I love you. But I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by and watch you destroy yourself and our people and our future with your foolishness. I hope y'all can hear that good. But listen to this part. Misrepresent
So that's when Farrakhan was going in, because y'all gotta understand that these are not gangs, they are tribes. And he talking to the tribes because the enemy was putting drugs in our community and had us chasing the dollar. Right. So I'm not making this shit up. A lot of Moors don't like what I'm saying, and I understand why, but it's not personal. I'm not anti-Moorish American. I'm not anti-Moor, but I am anti-dirty Moor. Any of the dirty Moors can get it however the fuck they want it. I don't even care. We just brain banging right now. But pretty soon we gonna go back to gang banging, but it's gonna be the righteous against the unrighteous. It's gonna be the good Moors busting the dirty Moors upside the head so we can stay out of their family business while they clean up shop. All of the good Moors know what I'm talking about. The dirty Moors is the ones telling you that I don't know what I'm talking about. But the good Moors is gonna be the ones busting them niggas upside the head. They gonna be giving honors to the righteous Moors like Tariq Bey, like C. Freeman Hill, and like Malachi York L. They gonna all get they motherfucking, they righteous shit. But all of them dirty Moors, the Moorish Jewish Defense League motherfuckers that throw the fist up with the wrong hand, them motherfuckers got it coming. Now, I told the people that the plot for the slave trade was designed. It was thought up in the University of Notre Dame, right? Now I got a couple of images I'm gonna go over with y'all with, right? And one of them is, this is the slave ship. Now look at it close. This is the actual picture that they tell us how they brought us over on slave ships, bound and shackled. Now, if you notice, you got in the center, then you got to the right and to the left, you got the length and the breadth of the boat. That's a 3-story building. Where is this building at, good and righteous Moors? This is where they came up with the plot. Now, I'm going to show you the building. Let me see. The building is an overlay. Now, you can't tell too good from this picture. This is an overlay at Notre Dame University, right? It's a perfect match. It's a perfect match to the slave ship. Why is it a perfect match? Right? And why is Notre Dame a 3-story building? Remember, the Masonic degrees, you have to do everything at the top floor of a 3-story building. That's the 3rd story, which is the 3rd level. Now we talking Masonic code, the level, and we talking Notre Dame, which is the Dame of the North. Who is the Dame of the North? They call her the Ice Princess. We know her in the story of Thor as the ice giant who birthed Loki. Loki was adopted by the Asgard god as his own son. You gotta remember these little tidbits that tie all this shit together, right? Now, I told y'all, right now, they at the continuity of government. This is it's called Eagle Rock. What is it? Raven Rock. Raven Rock in Colorado. And you see where that sword is, the overlay, pointing right at where they are doing the work at, right? This is another picture. You see? So we talking North Gate. We talking all of the gates, and this is the final one. So continuity of government, this is what we in. The continuity of government document is a FEMA document, right? So when you pull up Notre Dame, that's why it looked in the same overlay perfect with the ship, because it was an academic plot that only an academic can unravel because they told us the story, right? Now, I was sitting here going through this book. So yeah, they think I don't be studying Moorish shit. No, but you at least say get you a good Moorish education. So when I was looking through here, he was talking about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. It was also called the Paris Accord, when it talks about the three so-called founding fathers who went to Paris, France to sign the agreement. Why in the fuck is they over there signing it instead of over here? They saying that the Moroccan government entered into a contract. First thing y'all got to understand, a treaty. What the fuck is a treaty? A treaty is an agreement with two hostile forces to not interrupt their business practices, right? And if you're not interrupting the business, you can't go to war and make money. Anybody that sold dope in America know that. You can't be beefing with the niggas across town and stack your money. This shit is the same for corporations that you call nations. The biggest thing is this. Very few people understand a nation is a corporation. Not only is a nation a corporation, a nation is a legal fiction, right? Now, during the time of all of these treaties, there was no country called Morocco because Morocco wasn't even founded until the 1900s, right? So if Morocco wasn't founded, who is these motherfuckers supposed to be signing this Treaty of Peace and Friendship with? Any almanac, any Google search will tell you when Morocco was founded. Before it was called Morocco, it was called Al Maghrib, right? They don't want to talk about that because it starts to pull the covers off the dirty Moors. See, the righteous Moors been digging this shit out, but they don't know what they looking at because they got us under the false pretense that the nations mean government. Nation doesn't mean government. All nations is governed by uniform commercial code. Every grand sheik's supposed to know that. If every nation is governed by uniform commercial code, what the fuck is the UCC and who wrote that shit? Right? The uniform commercial code is the international business rules for the high seas around the world. That means that anybody that got ships on the water, governed by UCC. Remember, we was under Admiralty law because they said we crashed our landmass into their ship, the Plymouth. You don't even know it as the Plymouth today. You call it the Mayflower. But if you Google the good ship Plymouth, they're going to pull up the Mayflower. It's the same ship. It's the ship that was supposed to crash, or we were supposed to crash our landmass in. And the crash site was quarantined as a secondary constitutional government of maritime and admiralty law with the gold fringe flag. This is how we even got under that shit. Now, here's another problem. We don't sign treaties. So who's signing these treaties? It ain't us. The indigenous organic people to the Americas, we don't sign treaties. You know how we make agreements? We marry your son to my daughter so we can become family. That way we can't feud with family. But when it's somebody that is causing a Boston Tea Party, when it's somebody that is on the land disrupting us, it's whichever one of us discover it. It's called the law of discovery. He obligated to put in the public domain for the Klansmen to understand who owned the land, what they did, and what they are continuously doing. Now, the person that's supposed to be giving us a report, this is for all of the big mamas out there. Y'all got to tell Larry Hoover to bring his ass on. because he the one got to give the report of the collective cleanse on the land. He probably gonna be on up there talking for about 4 or 5 hours, trying to get all of that shit out in as little amount of time as possible, because he got a lengthy report to give. Fuck what I'm talking about. The chiefs on the land is Angel Bay, Larry Hoover, and Big Tookie is the 3 lead chiefs, right? Big Tookie is the witness off the West Coast. Angel Bay is the witness out of Chicago that has to watch Larry. His job is to make sure Larry do his job. This is crazy, but this is the structure. All of the chiefs hold the other chiefs accountable. Well, both of them are being attacked by the Central Intelligence Agency, COINTELPRO. They can't help each other. They are being attacked independently and separately, and they got all of us on the grassroots fighting each other because we don't know no better. Jeff Ford is Chief Malik Angel Bay. And so now you don't know that the El Rookins is the ones who gonna come through with the strong arm, standing like a motherfucking bull moose, and he won't be moved. None of them El Rookins is not going to be moved. They not going to bitch up and they not going to fold. They just waiting on Angel Bay to tell them which moves to make. These motherfuckers is out of here. The gig is up. We know the whole trick. We know the whole fucking trick. Right? Righteous Moors, don't take what I'm saying to be thinking I'm talking about you. It's not personal, and I'm not talking about the righteous Moors. I'm talking about the dirty Moors. The righteous Moors are those who understand that Noble Drew Ali had a very important job, and that in the oral statements and prophecy, he telling y'all them dirty Moors ain't gonna make it. He running them down to y'all. He say he can count the amount of Moors on one hand that's going to make it to the hereafter. Why is he saying that? Yep, Tookie was frozen Area 51 by order of Arnold Schwarzenegger. They put him in cryostasis because it wasn't allowed to kill him. He was the high chief on the West. And he got all of the chiefs on the West Coast right now rallying around him, but they are in silent mode. That means they in stealth mode. This shit over with when the people wake up. This all I'm trying to do is wake y'all up till this shit is over with. So, when we saying free Larry Hoover, this is the battle cry, right? Yeah, Jeff Ford's still alive, and he in good health, and he ready to kick ass. See, we look at the narrative the government give us, which is the distraction narrative. And then we go look at what they don't want us to know. Yep. Kanye cut that crazy haircut because Tookie's hair fell out and he needed to tell us. And he was walking around dressed like he was in Antarctica in the middle of a LA summer because Tookie was going through extreme chills when they first threw him out. They had to keep him in the healing chamber because of something that's called a cortisol response, because when they started throwing him out, it burnt all the keep his body warm, right? I don't know what the fuck that blinking shit was. That must have been some kind of code. I had to come back and watch this. Anyway, so we getting the reports from the wind talkers from the chiefs on the land, right? So we got the SOSs, this is the Sisters of the Blue, and then they talking to the princesses of the Peace Stone Nation in Chicago right now. They all her name is Amina Ford, is Angel Bay's spokesperson. So anybody that want to know who to listen to when it come to Angel Bay, she the one he picked. She that female gorilla, and she not for the games, but she's a good-hearted person, but she's not for the bullshit. That's his spokesperson. Lil Larry is Larry Hoover's spokesperson right now. Larry Jr., there's a difference. He got 2 sons named Larry. In the family, no. We call Larry, the oldest one is Larry Jr., and the baby one is called Little Larry. We've been calling him Little Larry among us forever, right? Well, he the prince right now that's speaking for his father, the king. Right? So the chiefs on the land, they got their people out in the open making moves, and then y'all all are looking at a fallen government as if it's still functional. DC is closed. The UN is closed. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do so y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to post some pictures today that are already posted so they'll be fresh at the top of my timeline so y'all can see what the fuck I'm talking about. Buckingham Palace is closed. The Vatican is closed. We ain't just making a move for America. We want these motherfuckers off world. They gonna get off this motherfucker one way or another motherfucking other. But they can't stay here. I don't care where they go, but they can't stay here. It's not personal. And it's just family business. So right now, I'm just trying to get the righteous Moors to understand that when I be saying fuck them dirty Moors, I'm only talking about the ones that's the infiltrators, the usurpers, the ones that hide behind the six-pointed star as a Jew, right? They telling y'all all this bullshit. Fuck what Rod Hayes talking about. Fuck Rod Hayes. Rod Hayes don't know what he talking about. Motherfucker, scroll my page. I got more receipts than every one of them niggas talking put together on one of my platforms. You can go to Facebook. I got 2 Instagram. The shortest platform is the Morpheus page, and it's receipts on that motherfucker to show you what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers, they can't beat us. We can see what they doing by them trying to keep it a secret automatically exposes they dirt because they got to put in the public domain what they doing. The blueprint is called Protocols of Zion. The organizers is called was the Illuminati under Albert Pike. They symbol was the skull and crossbones as pirates, but when they became the Bush family, they became the skull and crossbone fraternity in college. These the same motherfuckers, but they called the Scroll and Key over in Oxford University, right? So you got the Skull and Bones and the Scroll and Key working together to undermine us by giving us the false impression that we came over here from Africa on ships. But all of my Pan-African brothers I talk to from on the other side of the water say, nigga, y'all not from over here. Y'all organic over there. Y'all from over there. Right? And then there was something that was always, I didn't know how to explain it. I knew it, but I didn't know how to tell y'all who did what, when they did it. Now we got all this shit documented. Right? And for the record, I'm not the master teacher. The master teacher is Malachi Z. York. I'm the master student. I'm not the master teacher. There's a big difference. I have not put out half the books that man put out, and I have not had half the following that man, he's the master teacher, undisputed, right? The master orator, the master speaker is Farrakhan, right? So we all in this shit together, whether we want to be or not, whether you Nation of Islam, whether you the Moorish Science Temple proper under Noble Jew Ali proper. I say proper because they were usurped. But if you don't know where the usurpation took place, then just don't say nothing and watch your righteous Moorish brothers when they start to clean house under the direction of Chief Malik Angel Bey. It's not personal. Y'all have to clean house, Moors. Y'all got infiltrators, Moors. Farrakhan already doing it to the nation in real time. They cleaning house, right? They got all of the motherfucking OGs on the West Coast waiting on the rest of us, right? All of the chiefs on the land are united. Dr. Delbert Blair is one of my teachers. The Meta Center, Chicago, right? So, all of this stuff is critical for y'all to get into the game of what's really taking place. The shit is over. Message to Canaan land Moors. If you a righteous Moor, I'm not talking about you. All of this shit I'm talking about is the ones who came and come to y'all services and stand next to y'all with a fez on, plotting your own demise. He's standing next to you and he's in your Moorish service, and he's plotting to take everything you ever deserved by birthright. He's an imposter, a Jacobin, a fake Jew, and he gonna tell you that I'm crazy. I don't have a problem with Moors. I have a problem with dirty Moors. I don't pick on people, but when they pick on me, I will respond if I think that they have malice. The only reason why I haven't responded maliciously to the Moorish involvement in what I'm doing is because I know the righteous Moors had a job to do. And their job entailed them to knock the motherfucking dirty Moor for its feds. So if you a righteous Moor and you got your feds and you went head to head in information and knowledge within the temple and you defeated a dirty Moor, I love you to death. I love you to death. You was able to overcome the enemy. That's what we were supposed to do. We not all Moors like they telling us. Moor is a catch term, a secondary term that groups us all together, right? And they wanted to group us all together because they said in 200 years that the chiefs of the land won't know the Moors, the dirty Moors, from ourselves. I know them motherfuckers ain't us. I tell you how they move. I tell you how to identify them. Right now, I have to let the righteous Moors know, because it's a whole lot of them. Right, like one of my homeboys is a grand sheik, and a motherfucker touch him, they gonna have to see me. Right, my brother was a grand sheik. If a motherfucker come up on my brother, he gonna have to see me. When you see one of us, you're going to see all of us. Nigga, we baby kids. We don't die. We multiply. It's family first. Fuck the rest of that shit. And right now, my extended family, the collective tribes from the land, organic to the Americas, that look like this, with hair like this, that they telling us came on ships. Nigga, this is our shit, and we are on the rise to take it back. It's a whole collection of us. And if you don't know who the fuck there is, then you need to be quiet and watch. The shit gonna unfold real soon. Now tonight I gotta go on a show with Black Magic 363, and he got one of the elders, Dr. Phil Valentine, on there, and he got Billy Carson. I got some questions that I think that, because when you have those type of minds, the average person not going to ask a question that's going to be thought-provoking and shocking to the audience, because they knowledge base is so vast, the regular person can't question them to get to the meat. The regular person can't ask me, because I have to dumb down to answer the question, because the question required me to dumb down and give you the answer. Right? So when you on there with real OGs, with real elders, be they mechanical or not, when you on there with them motherfuckers, the shit gonna come out. They gonna tell you what the real deal is. The gig is up. Now, we gonna go over the documents that are most critical at the moment. The first one is the United Nations Indigenous Rights Act. I think it was 2014. Some people say 2007, but I think it was 2014. In the United States Indigenous Rights Act of 2017. And also you need the continuity of government. That's the blueprint of where we at right now. If you want to know where we at in this transition, look at the continuity of government, because if you don't know how the government is going to pass or switch or change over, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. So read the FEMA document for continuity of government. FEMA short for female. This is Big Mama house. We finna put Big Mama back on her seat. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't want her to be this Big Mama versus that Big Mama. I don't care. I just want the shit fixed. I didn't come here to take sides. I didn't come here to play in y'all mortal games of divide and conquer, black against white, tall against short, fat against skinny, retarded against sane, Whatever the fuck your human mortal game is, that's not why I'm here. I'm just here to fix the problem. If you want the solution is simple. Separate from the United States corporate jurisdiction. That means all their paperwork. That means that you're going to temporarily have to leave your job. And it's going to be hard before it get easy. But when it get easy, it's going to be easy with a bang. I'm talking about Mardi Gras from Maine to Arizona, from Alaska to Florida. Mardi Gras, motherfucker. Everywhere you look, we going to be having Mardi Gras. We going to be doing this shit everywhere. That's how we do it. We are a loving, kind, and compassionate people, and we like to have a good time. We like to eat good food, smoke good herbs, and motherfucking dance. This is what we do, and sing. You can't be dancing and singing and stay pissed the fuck off. It's not going to happen. If something wrong with you if you do, that means that you automatically wired to be evil. It's not that, it's just a lot of them not going to leave their job. I didn't want to leave my job, but I left that motherfucker when I realized what was going on. They had us in slave bondage, and what these motherfuckers is doing is these unions, the leadership of the unions they not even the workers. They getting these appointments to union leadership positions so they can undermine. What y'all don't know about the labor force is this: when the unionized labor start to lose their power, that's killing all workers. Wherever the unionized workforce go, that's where we supposed to be seeking the improvement. They don't the spearhead. Now the spearhead for the union is dull because they got sellouts just taking envelopes full of money under the table in negotiations. And I don't care which union it is, because they all using the same negotiating committees to negotiate a contract that's predicated up on selling out of what you would call a quid pro quo contract. The UAW upper leadership, they don't even take auto workers contracts suggestions with them. They go down to negotiate, and then they ask the corporate body, what do you want us to give them? That's not how you do negotiations. You ain't gonna never get shit you deserve if you waiting on the motherfucker that's trying to enslave you to give you something that you deserve. The inflation alone is killing the underlining the underlining value of the workers' wages. So they hitting you with taxes, multiple taxes, because you paying tax off your check, you paying tax at the register, you paying another motherfucking tax on your house, you paying a tax on your car in order to drive on the roads. All these fucking taxes, 90% of your money is gone in taxes, but you don't see it. Who in the fuck is collecting the taxes? We don't collect taxes, right? We donate to our corporate jurisdiction based on the family bank's capability in order to maintain infrastructure, right? So it's going back to the family banks. We got to decentralize the money market. They blocking us out with central banks. We going back to family banks. All of the big mamas got to start finding the children in the family with entrepreneurial minds that know how to manage money and bring them together to form your family bank council. If you want to know about the family bank, I'm going to pull up this video so y'all can see what it looked like, so y'all can get the right one. But the family bank is going to be the way that we going to be doing. We going to cut out all this central bank shit, right? Because once we cut them motherfuckers out, now we control our own destiny and our own fate. Our own financial, where is it at? Where is it at? There's a bunch of them in here, but I want y'all to get the one that I use so we'll be on we'll be studying the same one. But you can look at all of them. No, all about the money. Oh, they took my video down, so I have to find y'all another one. All right, so try this one. The title of it is How to Create a Family Bank. How to create a family bank. Right? You have to understand, like, I got a sister that's an accountant. She's a certified practicing, a CPA, certified practicing accountant. And I got a cousin that's a certified hustler, PhD from motherfucking sidewalk psychology. But them are the two that my mama left in charge of the family bank, right? So when everybody get their shit back, my family, I already know in my family who my mama assigned these jobs to, right? Like, I got another cousin, he got murdered. His name was Man. He was supposed to be in charge of the family security, but he got murdered in Chicago in this gangbanging shit, right? But that's who was originally our chief of security for the family, right? Now that shit fall on me. I don't care. I will tell a motherfucker to shoot to kill, but that I can't get that order till Larry Hoover tell me we ain't brain banging no more. We done whoop their ass sufficient. Until I hear from Larry Hoover, I got to keep brain banging to get y'all to call forth the chiefs from the land, because they have to give us a report, a status report, like the State of the State address, right? They're going to give us what we would call it a State of the Tribes address. What is the condition of the tribes on the land? Are we sufficiently organized? Do we have sufficient structure in place to run our own system of government? We can't overthrow the enemy using the tools the enemy gave us to overthrow him. That's counterproductive to his position as the enemy. If you don't understand that, then you really need to sit down and wait and watch. When you don't know what to do, you be still and watch. Then when it comes to you what to do, you do everything in your part to assist your family in reclaiming their birthright. So, at this point in time, I'm sharing as much information as I can. I don't know what, like, the people collectively, individually, everybody wants some individual shit. I can't do no personal counseling sessions right now, or no personal one-on-one sessions, because I'm overwhelmed. I move like a whole fucking team. It's just me. By myself. The research, just me. The sifting through the books, just me. The going back to get the references is just me. Right? To tell y'all the culture and what we doing in the culture is just me. Only time I get help is when I get help through the Wind Talker channel. They tell me, look over here. And I know where to look at in order to get the part at. It's nothing personal. I don't have a gripe with nobody. I don't have I don't have enough give a fuck to be beefing with nobody. Right? So if my give a fuck meter, like, I'm with the smoke, but I don't care enough about what somebody's saying to make me beef with them. Big Mama gonna take care of and move them out my way if they in my way. If they come at me, I don't care. We can bring it however you want to bring it. I'm not running, I'm not ducking, I'm not hiding. But right now, we bringing forth these receipts for these facts that we dropping, telling you motherfuckers who did it, where they came from, why they came, and how long they been here. All of this shit since 1492 is not our shit. Our shit is in the midst of it. We can see how our chiefs move on the land, right? But there's corporate jurisdiction. There's nothing that the United States can give you because they are a corporation that's folded. It's defunct. Every time you try to get a driver's license, birth certificate, go to work and get your tax, you are giving them power for one more day. If we could just, all of the ones of us that's organic to the land, just don't go to work one day. One day, them motherfuckers will bow down and kiss your ass near the Albuquerque because then they'll know that you know, right? But I can't set the date. No man can set the date because only the women's supposed to know the date. The women get together and they make the dates. Then we give them the information they need because they are the lawgivers in righteousness. I don't give a fuck about what. There's no way you can follow all of the laws on the books of this corporate jurisdiction. Every day you become a criminal that you allow these motherfuckers to reign and rule over you. Every day, everything you doing in their system is against the law in their system. How in the fuck is they getting away with this shit? What y'all not seeing? There's so many laws on the book that they could just pull anything out their ass and charge you with something. Because it's too many laws on the books. Force the laws of Mott. It's 42 of them motherfuckers, and we know what they is. Right? That's what you enforce. Enforce, don't touch these babies. That's what you enforce. Stop molesting the children. Enforce that shit. Right? If a motherfucker can't, if you got an R. Kelly motherfucker that don't know a 12-year-old from a 20-year-old, you keep him away from the enemy that's going to feed them babies because they know that he's going to be repugnant to his people. Fucking Rain Man. Now they got this pale dude on trial for molesting the girl. They say they gave him a break because they said that he was autistic. That's the same shit wrong with R. Kelly. R. Kelly retarded. He's a musical genius, but he's retarded in his social awareness of the gender of the opposite sex. Review the story. This is for the sisters, because I know y'all like to hear him sing. Everybody brought them to R. Kelly in the studio. R. Kelly wasn't riding around going to clubs looking for chicks. He wasn't at the high schools and the junior high schools looking for chicks. He was at the studio. Why is he always at the studio when he's meeting these girls? Somebody is feeding these kids to this man because he fucking retarded and he don't know how to say, oh no, she's too young. He retarded in that capacity, right? He probably was molested as a child. That's probably why he can't tell an adult woman from a young girl that's about to become an adult, right? And that's how they got him. They set him up from the word go. They all of his band members, bandmates, they all gonna tell you the same thing. He be in the studio. Next thing you know, he with old girl in the studio. How the fuck did she get there? Aaliyah mama took her. That's not no secret. Everybody know that. Aaliyah's mama took her to the studio to be with R. Kelly. And that's not a secret. But what about them other girls? Them other girls is being brought there by people too. So I'm not saying he innocent. I'm saying he retarded. I'm saying he retarded and his retardation was exploited by the same motherfuckers that want to get us off the land. Right? If you don't know forensic profiling, you won't never know that all of them ladies accusing Cosby was reading the script. It's a pattern to the script portion. Look for the pattern. Go back and watch the motherfucking documentary again. They reading the script. It's an obvious script. And then you can see when they freestyle because they have to put their own twist on it. We got to stop letting the enemy tell us who to hate. Your enemy can't pick your enemy for you because he going to pick the motherfucker more favorable to his cause. Right? If Big Mama had R. Kelly, you know what she'd have said? Keep your girls away from Kelly and keep Put Sam and Joe with him because they not going to let him be around there touching on them girls if they ain't old enough. He's too stupid. He's too retarded to be able to tell a 25-year-old from a 12-year-old. He's psychologically underdeveloped in that capacity. Big Mama wouldn't have never let that take place. But we under these other motherfuckers' jurisdiction, into them, that's normal shit to fuck babies. Rape little boys so they ain't fit the rule. We know all they dirty tactics. Torture them with cattle prods until they pass out, then drain their blood for adrenochrome. We know what the fuck these motherfuckers is doing. You know? We know what they doing. I'm not saying that he didn't do, R. Kelly ain't guilty or that he didn't do it. I'm saying he retarded. And that everybody that was around him, they didn't know no better. Somebody was feeding him babies. We need to find that motherfucker. The one that was doing the baby feeding to this nigga. Because that's the one that was exploiting both the kids and R. Kelly. But see, when that part came up, they started dismissing shit. Throwing parts of his case out so they can't never get the real guilty motherfucker that's been bringing babies to the studio to sleep with a grown-ass man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But that's the game they play. Right? So, go back. Look, he is known to be illiterate. Everybody know R. Kelly know he can't read and write. But he went to school. And he was a musical genius. So they didn't require him to get an academics, let alone he fucking retarded. That's why he don't have an education. He's retarded. He's left brain incompetent. He's right brain high achiever. So, I mean, it is what it is. The enemy is on the land. Larry Hoover job is to give a report. So basically, this is how it worked on the land. All of the chiefs on the land got a grievance. They either got a grievance or a resolution. The ones with the grievance, vex the grievance to Larry, we got to find a solution. The ones who found a solution, right, Larry got to report the solution to the collective of the chieftains across the land. No big eyes, no little U's. That means that the 2-year-old is just as much chief as the 40-year-old. If you a chief, you a fucking chief. Right? So when he give the report, it's for us to know who did it, what they doing, how long they been here, how they got here. He got to go into the same shit I'm telling y'all. He got to tell y'all from the chiefs all giving him reports of what's going on the land, because he's the spokesperson. He's the one that they want vocal. He's the one they want to speak, the chairman of the board, the CEO of the government. Our government is not their government. They got a mind control government. We don't even deal in government. We deal in long house, short house, big mama house, big papa house. We don't deal in government. All that shit is deception. This shit all traced all the way back to Plato's Republic, to Alexander's conquest, all the way back. If you don't know about what's going on back then, you can't find out what's going on now. That's why I had to spend all this goddamn time reading these goddamn books. And I personally never wanted this job. I didn't want this job. I just made myself the only person qualified to tell y'all who the imposters on the land is. Not because I'm better than nobody. It's because didn't nobody want this dirty ass job I gotta do. This is a dirty job. You make enemies out of motherfuckers you ain't never seen for telling the truth. Because the worst thing you can tell a motherfucker is the truth. That's the worst thing you can tell them. Right? So I need one of these sisters to come in here so I can ground my energy. I got about 9 requests in my feed. I don't know who. I'm the first female sister I see to come in and help me try to like tone this energy down so I can get off this phone. I'm off this live. But right now I'm pumped. I'm pumped for a myriad of reasons, but the biggest reason is because this shit is over. This shit is over. Wake up, my people. This shit is over. Shout out to my brother Kalai. Shout out to Bad Example. We had a little disagreement, but I can't stop that brother from doing what he doing. If he feel like he doing what's right, just leave me out of it. Cause I ain't part of that motherfucking shit that he talking about. He's picking the wrong side, the wrong people, right? Only person I can speak for is me and Kalai. We not on that bullshit. Kalai still worried about genetics, which is some human shit. O blood is the first blood. That's why it's a universal donor. How do you get to be a universal donor? O negative. Give blood to everybody. Who can do that? Mama, the one who has birthed them all. She got to give rise to all of the blood types in order for the blood type to be compatible with all blood types. They had to come from the central source, right? They say that we are the old negative, the negative bloods is from outer space. I don't know, don't care. All I know is that the oldest blood type and the one that you can get all of them, give all of them life from is the O negative, but can't none of them give life back to the O negative. So what that mean? You can only get life from the source, but you can't give the source the life that you got. You can't feed the source life. Life comes from the source, but you can't feed it back. That's called backed up drain, right? It's an energy backup. It's a reversal of the flow, right? So you need certain stuff in place in order to balance that shit out, right? Don't let the blood types, don't let the skin tones, don't let none of that shit interfere. Ain't no big eyes and ain't no little U's, right? Ain't no big eyes, ain't no little U's, right? So what that mean? That mean that we all on equal footing. We just got a different job based off the job that we was trained by Big Mama to do by how we lived our life. So, let me look in here and see. Hey,
What?
hey,
Right.
where you been?
Man, I've been out here, right, and I just can't believe people really hating on you, bro. People really hating, and I know you don't even need that, but I'm gonna ground you for a second because I hope I hope people are watching this, and I hope people are not even just listening to you, listening to me, but listening to their spirit. Y'all need to lay up off this man for real. Because don't nobody got the answers. And niggas been walking around for hella long trying to figure out what the fuck the problem is. And niggas is mad because they in a classroom trying to scribble out the answer, trying to hurry up and write down the answer so that they could raise their hand and tell the teacher, so that they could tell the teacher that they the first ones with the answer. And here come Rod with the motherfucking answer, and niggas is hating. I can't believe it. And it ain't like you got all the answers. You're putting puzzle pieces together. You are putting puzzle pieces together. Everybody has had pieces everywhere. You got pieces that's over here. You got pieces that's over there. And you had the time to sit down and put these shits together. And niggas is hating? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So you could ground yourself.
I've been bringing the receipts, but they say I don't have no receipts.
You man, listen, that's because they ain't checking for no receipts. They're not checking for. I heard someone say that you promoting some more shit. I said, I know this nigga ain't listen to nothing that Rod said. What type of goofy shit is that? What the fuck? So you just talking. People just talking. Because that ain't got nothing to do with this man's MO. Oh, well, why Larry Hoover got to be? Because that's his chief. We're your chief. You need to be talking about for your chief. Yo, niggas don't got. Man, listen. I just want you grounded, my brother, because we out here. That shit with Young Elder, that video yesterday from Young Elder, that shit was so fucking dope, and I was mad as hell. I hope they put that video back up. People are hating, but that's because the truth is out. And you know another thing, Rod? You giving people the truth, and you're not charging nobody for nothing. You ain't charging nobody for shit. Niggas is mad. Nan, I'm glad that you put me on because I ain't want to have to bust niggas' ass on my own IG. Okay? I ain't want to have to do that. But at the end of the day, niggas really got you fucked up. You out here giving all of this information, all of these receipts. You're not asking nobody for nothing. You're not selling no classes. You don't have nothing but the truth. The fuck? And niggas is mad? Yeah, you're mad because you can't capitalize on giving people the breadcrumbs. Now he done laid it all out there. Yeah,
you know, people be chiming in with me because like certain people on YouTube monetize their channel, right?
Facts.
And they be putting my videos up. But the reason why I can't say nothing is because they doing something to earn their keep.
Okay.
If they, I'm not monetizing nothing. But if somebody is putting me up on their platform and they monetizing it, they are being compensated for their part of the work. That don't have nothing to do with me. That's between them and Big Mama. Right? Or Black Magic 363 want me once a month to come talk to his personal audience. I think it's fair, even though it's on Patreon, it's fair because he gives me the free platform for me to say what I gotta say.
Right.
On his platform, he asks me the questions he want to ask me for the people that's in his group. I think that's fair.
That's fair. It is. It is.
You know, and not only that, is he's also given another outlet because a lot of the stuff that he want to ask me about, he'll get flagged for, and I won't talk about it because they won't let y'all get my videos in.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
So, and we need to be building toward these platforms anyway, where when they kick Rod Hayes off of Instagram finally and off of Facebook finally, I can go to Black Magic 363 and say, "Hey, bruh, can I do a show on your page once a week on YouTube?" He gonna be like, "Yeah, come on over." I didn't establish that relationship with him. He know I ain't trying to milk nobody for no money. The same with Young Elder.
No money, exactly. You
know, so they are allowing me to talk from their platform. Yeah, but we are the chiefs on the land, so we gonna come together anyway. We gonna have to do this anyway. It's certain people. Yeah, so I'm gonna eventually have to do a live with Dane Calloway. He is the grid with the man hours that can claim the library of documents that they have in these caves, and every tribe got to send him a research assistant. He got to be over the research team. Right. The only other qualified person is incapacitated or indisposed right now, and that's Malachi Z. York, who is the master teacher, the highest grid on the land, by rank and by work. Mother Khadijah is the highest ranked matriarch on the land. Not because I want her to be, because she got the most matriarchs giving her the support. She got international matriarchal support behind her. She got the juice from Imelda Marcos. She got the juice from Winnie Mandela. She even got the juice from people that we don't even know their name that's over in Europe, in Asia, in Australia. They've been making their rounds. Right? Because Mother Claire told Khadijah, and she gonna attest to this, that she had to be a stately mother. What do that mean? That means that she got to first be a mother, but she still have to be a mother to the clans by meeting all of the elders around. So she got to go everywhere she goes. She got to meet the one with the juice on the land.
All right.
Right. So that's just the way that's the culture. I appreciate you for coming on here, and I appreciate the support. Right. So I'm gonna take one more call because I got some stuff to do. But they're gonna cut me off in about 16 seconds.
I got Popo.
But I so appreciate you coming on me, help me calm my energy down.